very grateful that you're here to do the minutes.
Right. Yo, no problem at all. Yeah. I just have to get that Google Doc set up. So
yeah, take a minute to do that, and then we can
all
start.
Right. Let's see here. All right.
Work plan. John, do you happen to know if we're waiting while we're waiting about this? And we'll get to it when we get to it. We'll wait till someone on the meeting. But it's 7:05, so maybe we should get started. Maybe Katie didn't say anything one way or the other if she was going to be able to make it, but maybe she'll join us late.
Well, we have a quorum.
Yeah, we've got a quorum, so we can get to work, and then if Katie can join us, great. Or she'll end up with a ton of assignments.
That's right. Not here.
Right. Yeah, you know that. So, all right. Do you want to unpause it, Sean, and we'll go from there?
We are recording.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, it's recording.
It's recording?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. Welcome everyone to the November 12th, 2025 Essex Energy Committee meeting. We have with us tonight, let's see, myself, Will Dodge, Dottie Bergendahl, Rod's here, Geeta, Natalie, and Sean, and we are missing Katie at the moment, but we are anticipating that she might end up here. So I think first order of, and this is a little bit of a slightly haphazard meeting only, I think, because well, maybe we'll get to the agenda items, but I'd like to add, Natalie, one agenda item that's not on here now, which is, wait, did I want to just do one or did I want to do two? Between
two
items, I think between items 1 and 2, one that I would like to add is just the feedback that we got on the comments that we made to the handbook. And then Geeta, was that the one that you were thinking of, or did you have the other item in mind? Was that about the internship?
Yeah, it was one was the internship and the other one was the town handbook feedback.
Okay, good. All right, so I think we can address the internship in the vacancies update. So maybe the first thing we should do is approval of the minutes from 10/8.
I move we approve the minutes from 10/8.
Okay.
I second that.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, can I get a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, all opposed? Very good, that passes. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about the vacancies update. So we've had that 7th seat vacant now for a good long time, and at least in our prior discussions, we have talked about, wouldn't it be great to get somebody like somebody from a high school or college or community college, just somebody who's of the Gen Z variety on our board, were it possible. And I think what sort of re-prompted or resurrected this discussion was the fact that in the draft handbook, it says that we can have committee members who are 16 and older. So Gita, do you want to kind of give us a summary about the possibility of the internship and whether an internship would be the same as a membership?
Yeah, my teenager's looking at me, so I'll do my best. So my understanding is that first we need to clarify that if it's just a regular involvement of this teenager, or if it's part of a STEM internship, which happens over a semester. And part of that internship is there is work that they do with the class, and then they have 40 hours of on-site with the company. So when my son did it, there was a 40 hours of it that he went on site with the company that he worked with. And there was presentation at the end on what they learned, and they do a kind of a project. And part of that, one of the students worked with Catherine Sonic, I think, and Catherine was at the presentation. So they were working, the person was wanting to learn about municipal government and the operations of it. So if this person wants to intern with us as part of that internship program, we have to create kind of a project for them to work with us on. And then they have a presentation that they do to their class or to the school.
Go ahead, Dottie.
Well, my reading of the emails back and forth between everybody who was involved in this back in October, and I pointed out to Sean that there was one I thought was dated 10/29. The person who was not named in the email that I could find said that from their point of view, it was not an internship. It was just membership on the committee, which would be approved after the handbook passes, if the handbook passes. Because I don't see anybody on the committee who could be involved enough to do the kind of supervision I would think would be necessary to run an internship.
So Dottie, you may or may not remember, I've had 4 STEM interns who have been, I was the supervisor for 4 STEM interns.
Okay.
And they're, and it's a job, no question, but Geetha is right. They have about, I think, 40 hours that they need to put in. But what I did is part of their time was spent with us, and part of their time was spent with 350 Vermont. There was also reading that I assigned. They did some writing. So we have the capacity to do that if someone is willing to undertake the supervision of it, which isn't extremely onerous. It's just that the EEC would only be one part of the hours they log in. We wouldn't be providing everything. But then the other possibility is, as you say, just somebody who joins the committee, period, unrelated to the STEM internships.
Yeah, my impression was they were viewing it as something to go on the CV.
Yeah.
And they collect the stipend.
That's what Karen Adams said.
And it looks good. And we gain another generation's viewpoint.
Yeah, well, but also their work power. Like, we could fashion some assignments, and maybe you're able to, at least, subject to checking with Greg, et cetera, with Greg Duggan, maybe there's a way that they could like accompany you on a site visit or something like that at one point or another to add kind of a live component to, but we could,
right.
There's plenty that we could research.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, well, I mean, I could facilitate taking them to either GMP control center or VEC control center for if they would allow it. And then we could coordinate with Greg to go through go with the water treatment plant and the
Yeah.
water side because town still does the water billing. So all of the water services and the sewer services, if they do, they could walk through with us. And then if we have a solar plant that I think the town operates, right? So they could get an overview of that facility.
Go ahead, Dottie. Well, you don't even have
Well,
to raise your hand.
It,
Just-
it happens that Center for Technology Essex is just starting a new house right now. The foundation has been poured. It's almost within sight of my front window.
Hmm.
So this is the first year of the 2 years of the construction of a house. And it would be, it would give the committee insight as to what the Center for Technology is doing as far as energy efficiency in what they're building.
Mhm.
And the specialties that come in to work on the houses and show the students what's happening would be a connection that could be made over the period of time.
Can I just ask, are we leaning now toward an actual committee member or toward a STEM internship, which is 1 semester and a very specific focus? Which one are we talking about? Geetha, what were you talking
I
about?
think we have to get that clarified with the STEM and the person from the school to see what their goal was when they proposed this idea.
Yeah. Bro, what were you gonna say? Do you
Well,
think
I
they're
don't think they're mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
either.
they may be in our mind, but I don't think.
Now, the only thing is, if they were to become a member of the committee, they obviously, they have to live in Essex, I think. I don't think, well,
I don't live in Essex.
yeah, and I forget if you're grandfathered in, but.
Well, I don't know what I don't know how they tick this box with me, but anyway.
Yeah, well, I just wondered about that because like, what if we get a student from Westford who's interested, can we bring them on? I don't know. But leaving that aside, what we would need to do is they'd still need to like go get interviewed by the select board.
Right, they have to be interviewed by the
But
select.
all of that is like, I mean, that's good stuff as
Good
far as like,
experience.
yeah, it's a great experience, for
Right,
them to do that.
But well,
And they get paid their stipend, which is something. It's not,
yeah. And one thing I really want to emphasize is we really need to wait until after next Monday when the handbook is passed.
Yeah.
It has to be
Well, but
official
we can gear, but
before
let's
we can
assume,
make offers.
sure, but we can
But
at
we
least talk with the CTE coordinator.
Yeah, and we could put together a job description.
Let me just think about one other thing. When they vote now, when we get onto this, we do this staggered 3-year, the staggered 3-year terms. So if we had a high school student, can we modify that so that it's basically like, oh, they're gonna be a member of the committee for,
A year, 2 years.
Not
You
even.
can resign whenever you.
you could
want, right?
resign whenever you wanted, yeah.
You resign it whenever you want.
I'll ask, that's a good question.
The library has teen trustees that don't have voting power, but they are on the trustee board as teen representatives, usually for 2 years. They usually come on in their junior year
Yeah,
and then
stay for 2 years.
they cycle off
Yeah.
and a new teen comes on.
Natalie and Geeta, what do you think? Do you think that we should like try to meet with the coordinator and just talk through both ideas and say like, on the one hand, we could do an internship, but it may not be, but we don't know if we could provide as much, or we'd have to think through exactly how to make sure that they get to 40 hours if that's really the requirement. Or on the other hand, say, well, we're just looking for is, a student with an interest in energy and or climate that lives in Essex ideally, or, let's just call it Essex, Junction, or Westford, and that would want to join for a period of time, maybe like a minimum of a year, ideally, but, we could be flexible on that.
I mean, I just think it involves a phone call to the supervisor. I'm not sure there has to be a big formal meeting. The one thing I do know, because I like I said, I did 4 or 5 of these for the STEM program, is that the students are coming in with a very specific focus of interest. In this case, environmental issues. And several of us could probably coordinate the experience, but there are evaluations that need to be done. Might be cumbersome if it was more than 2 people trying to coordinate their experience. But I would think we could just call the person, or email them, and one of us just meet them. I think that'd be more than sufficient, because there's 2 proposals here.
Yes, but like Rod said, that are not necessarily mutually exclusive.
Right.
Like it's
right.
possible we could do the internship where they're doing it as a member of the Essex Energy Committee, at least for some period of time.
Absolutely. If they were willing to do that and they were okay with the fact that it was going to extend beyond a semester, and we were prepared to figure out the other 40 hours of experiences.
Right.
For them within one semester. Now, maybe the STEM internships have changed, Geetha. I don't know, but that's what it was up to about 2 years ago.
I'm embarrassed that I'm not remembering our former member who put together the
worked with the guy in the high school.
Who worked with the high school, or who put together
Yep.
the greenhouse gas evaluation.
Yep, that was a STEM intern. Yes.
So we've done this before in a sense, even though that was a pure internship.
Okay.
Mike?
Yeah,
Mike
I think it was Mike.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Mike Fink, I think.
Yeah. I am loath to take on this responsibility directly, because mainly not because I can't do it, but because I'm worried I will drop it with everything I've got it right at the moment. So does someone want to volunteer to make that call?
Geetha, are you willing to do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
That'd be wonderful. Yeah.
I'll find the email where the EWSD person was copied, and I'll send an email.
Yeah, maybe just say this is what we're thinking about it. And Geetha, if we need, if they want us to provide more details, let us know. And maybe we try to just bang out a curriculum of some kind.
Yeah, I'll ask them what their goal is and what the purpose of this proposal was, and then we'll go from there. But we have done STEM interns. We've hosted STEM interns, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can mention that in the email.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's
they've
great.
always been involved in more than just our committee, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. That sounds like a good, I mean, this is interesting. I think it's an interesting experiment to see if it would work. Because then it might be, what's nice about this, just to say it, is that if this works, if we find a way to make this work, then maybe we can start to make it more like a pipeline, so that there's always a young person on the committee. Okay. So with that, discussion number 1 was about the active transportation plan. And we did try, consistent with with the minutes that we approved tonight, to see if Catherine would come and talk about that. And then Catherine said she couldn't make it. She tried to ask Ken Johnson, who's the planner, to come. Ken couldn't make it, but said to us, what, John, do you have that email up?
I don't, I just sent it. No, hold on, no, I didn't send it. Let me pull it back up. Might take me a second.
Yeah, that's okay. I feel like I missed it somehow.
Uh, Best way for the Energy Committee to comment on transportation-related issues will be in the upcoming development of a townwide transportation plan. This plan will bring together all of the travel modes in a comprehensive and coordinated way. The project will be starting in the next week or so, and Kent will forward more information when it is available.
Okay. Well, that seems easy. Or not easy. It seems like it's, you know, it's certainly a process that we're familiar with, so that's perfectly good. But I think everybody saw that on that, and I'm just gonna go to the link right now. That the active transportation plan, I think is still, I don't think anything is really changed with it. And we still have that survey at the bottom, right? It's just your feedback is important. Maybe it's just more general. Well, so maybe we'll just do that, Sean, is just wait for him to send us more information and plan to get involved in that process.
Yep.
And maybe that if we just remember, maybe this is an item that we will, put into our work plan too. When we get there. So then, Natalie, next item that I'm gonna put on here or sort of insert between items 1 and 2 is the feedback that we got on the handbook. So, and I'm just trying to see if maybe I can join and put it up on the screen.
And
There
Will,
we go.
while you're looking for that, I realized that we didn't slip public to be heard into the agenda. So where do you
you're right.
want me to stick it in at the very beginning there and rework because I don't think we have anybody extra there, do we?
Yes, if we have no member of the public, why don't you just put it in there and say?
I'll pop
no
it
member
in there.
of the public,
Okay,
send it. Yeah.
all right.
Thank you, though. I'll try to do a better job of remembering that for the agenda going forward.
Yeah, no problem. I'll try to remember to put it in also.
Let me see. I'm just going to try to join the Zoom, and I have to do all that business about avoiding squelch here. Works. Integrated webcam. Okay, but no audio.
Recording in progress.
There we go. Yes, exactly. If I go share, sharing's not turned on. Sean, would you mind
I can share.
putting on?
Is this one in?
Yeah, we don't really need my ugly money here either. We can just, yeah, there we go. Multiple participants can share simultaneously. See that? Yeah, that one right there. Hit that one. Okay, great. Oops. Hold on a sec. So then I go back to Zoom. And then I find my, as it's stats. Oh, there we go. Let's see. That works. Okay. Yay. A little hard to see though, isn't it? It's slightly better.
Will, what are we calling this section? Part of the agenda, the work?
Feedback on or response on feedback to handbook.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. No, that's good. So just to let you know, you remember the last time we worked on that handbook, it was a little bit painful to get through. But what I can say is that Tammy had some notes, and I think you can see them on the left-hand side. And basically all of them are things like, and I don't know if there's a way to blow up the screen, but they say things like added to suggestions, right? When we were saying a good opportunity to explain the difference between public bodies. They said, the DEI was going to correspond to to public bodies rather than just commissions. They made that change. So basically, things like saying, what was the town select board one? Oh, yeah, I think we said just start using select board, not town select board. Oh, I guess that's a statutory issue. But in other places, they said like excellent comments. So long and the short of it, I think that all the comments are along the lines of, thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it. You guys made some good catches. Let me just see if there's any others that are otherwise. Let's see. Oh, she did confirm that the YouTube, that the meetings are uploaded to YouTube, to the YouTube channel automatically, which is helpful to know. I did say that we were going to adopt a work plan. She was happy about that. We're gonna actually end up using kind of a homemade template, but I think that's okay. And I pointed out that we had agreed to sign up for the accounts with VLCT. I think I've done that, but I'm not sure everybody else
I
has
haven't
done
yet,
that.
you know, I need more instruction on how to.
Yeah, do you want me to try to send, Natalie, would you mind putting as an action item that Will is to resend the sign up for VLCT?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, great. So I think that was about it. But anyway, long and the short of it, the main reason I wanted to share is just to say that they appreciated our edits, and so those edits, I think in some form or another are gonna go in. Cool. Is that anything else there, Sean? Did she say that she was just gonna, like, or that she forwarded our comments and they're putting together a final draft?
Correct.
This is what I was gonna ask you about, Sean. On this page, what page it is, page 18, they have this thing that says for the work plan, see attachment H, annual work plan template. But in the document that we had, you can't hyperlink to it. Did we ever see, the only thing that I could find on the web page for an annual work plan template was like for the select board itself, which was like way, way over the top with what we were, charged with doing. So I was wondering if there's anything else.
I just wrote that down. I'll ask her, because I'm not sure the annual award. I don't know if that's per committee or the whole thing, like you just said.
Yeah, okay. All right, any questions, comments about that? Dottie, you said I think you pointed out that they're planning on voting on it next Monday?
The handbook
The handbook.
is
Right.
is up for vote next Monday, according to the emails I've seen.
Okay.
So once that is approved, then we can work with it as a document.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty safe at this point because they've taken a long time on it and
Okay.
extended the deadline that
Yeah.
there's not much question, but that they're gonna approve it. So, all right, good stuff. Next on our agenda item, the work plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, and I can put that, if it's helpful, I can put that, I think I can put that up on the screen. So let's see. So I made this up myself. I agree it's not pretty, but it's it's hopefully at least somewhat effective. Let's see. Da-da-da. And we hadn't really done this before, so I thought this was kind of a good thing to try to take place. It says, and I think this first part about committee description that I did find somewhere online, Sean. What I thought I could do there in sort of brief description of the committee's function and primary responsibilities is, well, any ideas about that? I thought you were raising your hand.
Oh, yeah, well, no, I had a basic question.
Yeah.
Is this work plan gonna run on a calendar year or what is the municipal year?
July to
Fiscal.
July, the fiscal year, yeah.
Yeah, fiscal
July
year.
1st.
Yeah, so I guess maybe you're right, Dottie. Maybe we should say 2025 to 2026 work plan.
Right, because that will shift where you've put some of this stuff.
Mhm.
Is there, is there a reason to line it up is my question.
Well, we technically refer to,
Fiscal 26.
right, we're in FY 20.
Even though it starts in 25.
Right.
Got
Because
it.
it's
Okay, so I don't
fiscal
need to
year
change that.
ending.
Right.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, Yeah.
What I can do as far as the brief description of the committee's function and primary responsibilities, we can just crib some of that from the charter and make it just a generic thing. I can do that. That's not gonna be too hard. What I'm much more interested is, did we get everything in here? And do I have some of the timeframes more or less right, or are they too ambitious or not ambitious enough, et cetera? So active transport, so maybe just, if no one objects, why don't we just walk through the list?
okay,
So active transportation plan input, meaningful impact, transportation impacts. Climate energy impacts, why don't we say, as part of transportation plan, public engagement? That sound good, since that's what Kent's telling us? And that's probably gonna be longer than just the first
Yeah.
quarter, so it's probably gonna be 1Q, 2Q, I would think.
okay, remember, if we're lining up fiscal.
No, but I think quarter of the
One key is
year.
done.
Yeah, okay.
I think that thing is probably year long. I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, but I would envision that most of our input would come 1Q, 2Q, 2026.
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
Which ends in December.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah,
Well, I think you're trying to say calendar year with that reference.
should I just do Jan?
Yeah, you choose the
Yeah, I
month.
should, okay. Yeah, hold on. Jan through June. And I think the resources is this community development office, like that's where they're running that show, so that's not what we figure out. Revised charter, finalize our changes with the charter focus based on the requested edits. Let's try to get that done in January, Feb, because it won't take us long. I just need to carve out a little more time and want to make sure that you guys have a chance to look at it. Enhanced energy plan. I think, let's see. Do you happen to know, Sean, if we wanted to get an item like on the roster for town meeting, by when do we need to do that? Do we need to do that in December, or can we push it to January?
I don't know for sure, but we'll find
Can
out.
I ask you to check in on that? So why don't I'm gonna put that as December through March. And I think that our resources would probably be a combination of the Community Development Office as well as Chittenden County Regional Planning Commission, which is basically my euphemism for Ann Janda, since she's the one that drafted it before.
Can I
Town
double check
meeting-
an action item? Sean, what is it that you're doing? You're checking to see if you can get something on the ballot. How do I phrase that?
On the select board's agenda,
Yes. What was, Will, what was your request for Sean?
The sort of a deadline for consideration of the energy plan for adoption at town meeting.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, town meeting itself, I think we wanted to do an info table, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's third quarter of the fiscal year.
Let's just say
I'm
March.
rooting out these quarters, Scotty, now that you've made all this confusion for it. So what do we say, January through March? In other words, that's what we'll focus on what we want to do. And I think we'd have to coordinate that with Greg. Anybody else, though? We probably want to go to Efficiency Vermont. just to help us with, you know, with like whatever the incentives are gonna be going forward in that time of the year. Anybody else? I think that's probably it for that one. And then I had Champlain Valley Fair, but you're pointing out that,
That was first quarter.
yeah, so we should just
We just
declare victory and go,
You check it off.
okay, yeah, so that was August, September. Okay. Essex Community Day, that's already done.
Yeah, that's first quarter
That
again.
was September, right? Got that
Yeah.
right? Yes, it was, yeah.
Check that one off.
Okay, EV awareness. This is, this is how I put this, as participate, organize event designed to draw attention to saving and improve experience from EVs plus infrastructure. I just put it as ongoing. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe efficiency, what's it called? It's not called, or isn't Drive VT now a division of Efficiency Vermont? Or Drive Electric VT?
Drive Electric VT? Oh, I'll look it up.
Okay. So maybe I'll put a question mark next to it, but I think and maybe, Gita, I realize we talked about this before, and I'm not trying to put anything on you on this, but is GMPs or VEC still participating in any of those types of like tier 3 encourage electric vehicle type events?
No, they just switched over to, they did one event in Swanton, St. Albans, I think. Because
Yeah.
I think one of their GMP employees, a Swanton Energy Committee member. So they did one event. But after that, I asked them and they didn't have a date. They just said, "Oh, let's talk about it when we can organize it."
Okay. So
But
that might be
then things changed with the EV this
Yeah.
summer, so we didn't really pursue it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I think VEC switched over to, I think they both switched over to just giving credits and then, yeah, I don't remember exactly, yeah, where they're at with the EV side.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, I think
Bill
that's work with,
and
I think, and I want to keep it on our plan because it's something that I feel like we've tried to do or we've thought about doing before, but we haven't made that much progress. I'd love to see if we could get something done on that next year. Just because honestly, if I could just digress for a second, I bought a Volt in 2010, and then I bought another one, 2010, is that right? 20, yeah, around that in 2010. Another one in about 2017. And now I have my Blazer EV. And the Blazer EV is the first time I've had a completely electric vehicle. And I gotta say, I am just loving this car so much, more than I thought. But it is kind of like when you're doing those long distance travels, it's a labor of love, but it seems like it's getting easier every time. And that there's more and more charging infrastructure. Sorry, Natalie, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay. I decided what I should do is raise my hand. No, it's fine. Well, I just wanted to let you know that at the bottom of the Drive Electric Vermont, what it reads is sponsored by Efficiency Vermont in collaboration with the Vermont Agency of Transportation and with our partners. Yeah, so it's sponsored by, but it's its own, it's its own website, driveelectricvt.com. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Well, I think that's who we reach out to, and we'll look for some good timing to do that. Maybe that's kind of something that we would do around the time, or like a month or two before town meeting. But if folks are good with that, I'll keep that on the list. Solar energy awareness. I know we talked about the balcony solar and other technologies, things like that. Does that sound okay? Is that okay? The way
community solar is the other one.
good call, Ethan. That's a great idea. So I'll say balcony solar, community solar, other technologies, foster adoption of solar. Shall we keep that as ongoing?
Mhm.
And, you know, who's been our partner before? Honestly, it's been Rev. Because we had Jonathan Dowd, who's kind of their external affairs guy, come and give us updates about what they were doing. So I would propose we kind of put them as our extra resource. If that makes sense. And Geach, I'd look for you. Do you think that's okay, or do you think there's anybody else that we'd be better off to be working with? Oh, Geach, I think you might be on mute.
Yeah, I was trying to get myself unmuted. I think Rev Vermont is, and CCRPC, does Ann Janda help us with
That's
something?
true. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, for sure. That's a great idea.
I think Ann, we could put them in like pretty much every EV awareness too, because she's
Yeah, you're right.
sending a
Same with
bunch
the
of
tribal-
awareness information too.
Okay. The Unsworth solar parcel, I think we want to, now I put make viability decision by the end of 2Q, but how about I say by the end of June?
4Q.
And I put Karen Adams there because she's, I think, the one in the town that we really need to work with on this. Probably her and maybe, well, I think her first and foremost. So that's good. And if we end up with a consultant, then obviously that'll be different. My next item was the municipal complex. And again, I sort of had meaningfully participate in the process of making the new buildings energy efficient, cost effective, including geothermal network. I put that as ongoing because God knows how long that's going to take. It's going to take like years.
Yeah.
And I put CDO because I think they're our primary interface, but why don't I put CCRPC on that one too? And I think if nothing else, us doing that, putting CCRPC into everything helps validate for them that, hey, like CCRPC continues to be a good resource for the town. I mean, I know they get state funding, but it's like for the regional plans, the regional planning commissions, their true members are the towns. So I think that makes sense. I put down home energy efficiency incentives, continually evaluate and find ways to disseminate critical information regarding incentives for home and business improvements. I think we kind of do that all the time. I put EVT, but why don't I put CCRPC on that one too? Anybody else that I should? Oh, probably CVOEO because they come to us. Or like they come to us, sometimes we come to them. I didn't put down, what were they called? Weather. What's the company that did the plastic?
Oh, the window dressers.
Window dressers. Should I put them down? I feel like we haven't really embraced, I feel like they've been a little bit of in an odd position. Why not? Just so we don't forget about them. And then I had geothermal awareness, learn more about how this newer technology is saving dollars and revolutionizing HVAC in Chittenden County and Essex. And I say that thinking about Vermont Thermal Networks that they came and did that presentation with us.
And that backs up to municipal complex.
Yeah, it does. And I'm envisioning though, like I keep hearing more and more, maybe just kind of like from my development colleagues at my firm, how many of the big buildings and big like Beta, right, all putting in a geothermal network. And same with like some of the ones downtown. So I just feel like it's kind of a thing that's up and coming, and we should keep being aware of it. So what else, guys? What else should we put into the plan? Shall I put the the internship?
Will,
it that.
can I go back? It's Vermont Community Thermal Networks.
Yes, perfect, thank you.
Vermont Community, yeah.
Yeah, I should have checked on the web, but that's great that you did.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, that's a lot, this is a lot, just as it is.
Put
So
the
I'm not feeling-
internship in. I'm all, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
think-
I was gonna say internship. Yes, good idea, Natalie.
Student member, why don't we just call it student member?
Those are,
Internships / student member, yeah, student committee member.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah.
I will just say, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll wait until you finish typing for the next one.
No, if you've got something better, trust me. I'm much more interested in writing down exactly what you said than trying to figure out something myself.
Oh, no, the next item I was gonna say was, participating in other town energy fairs.
Ah, yeah, okay. Well, I just say energy fair participation. For energy fairs, yeah. For other towns, why, Gita, to garner some ideas, develop some ideas and contacts?
Yeah, participating, yep.
How's that?
Yes.
And we'll say that's ongoing, and I think CCRPC is the perfect one for that, because that's how we find out about all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe VCAN as well. Right, the Vermont Energy and Climate Action Network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
then as far-
Anne just sent out some Climate Alliance today, or was it today?
Yeah, is that the same as VCAN?
Didn't sound
I
like it.
forget.
She said Governor Scott's part of the alliance.
Oh, that's like the multi-state thing?
Yeah, the multi-state, yes.
Well, I kind of figured that that's probably too big for little old us, you know what I mean? In other words, we can follow it, but I don't know if we want to actually put it into our work plan. Unless you think there's something there that we ought to.
No, I think just participation is the only thing we could do for
Yeah.
to gain information.
Yeah, and I think by putting VCAN here, they have that annual one each year that many of us have gone to. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay. On the internship, why don't we just say something like develop a curriculum for an or I'm gonna say EHS student or other institution that combines with membership for up to a year. Well, I'll just say,
Short term, how about the,
yes, yeah, perfect. That's okay. And maybe we'll say that we'll try to do that one between now. Look into it for this might take a while for us to do. Realistically, we might not be able to get somebody to start in January.
mm-hmm.
Put it
That's
until
just probably-
June, until the school
Yeah,
ends.
so November to June. Yeah, good call. And that will be EHS and CTE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Natalie, can you think of any? I think this was pretty consistent with what we told the select board a couple of weeks ago when we were in front of them, but anything that you think I'm missing?
Nothing comes to mind from what I'm seeing. on the document. No, I mean, I'm glad we put the internship on because that was, I think when we talked about the vacancy, that was a suggestion that came from the board. So, is recruiting, yeah, and not that I can see, Will.
Okay. Well, I guess if we're okay with this, I'd like to just, I'll do a little bit of cleanup and just send it, and then send it into Greg. And the CD, and probably what I will do as well. Natalie, can you put this as an action item that we will send this to Greg Duggan as well as the various resource organizations listed in order to show basically what we're trying to do for the next year, or for the current year.
For the rest of the year.
It's gonna drive me nuts.
Okay, sure.
All right, let me just quickly save this so I don't lose it, God forbid. How do I do this again?
I have a question for the team.
Yeah.
Do we do any kind of collaborative work with Parks and Rec Committee?
So in the present tense, I would say no, but have we done something with them before? I want to say yes. But I can't, for the life of me, and I'm kind of looking to Natalie, think what it was.
Oh, boy. I can't, Will, I don't know. I mean, unless we consider, I mean, the community day, the Explore Essex Community Day, is that Parks and Rec? Because if that is, then that's, that would be
Yeah.
but that wasn't, Geetha, that wasn't what you were referencing, would be something else. And I
Yeah.
can't, not that I'm aware of,
Okay.
or that I recall.
I'm remembering one thing that we worked with them in part on the first iteration when Sean's predecessor was here, to do repairs or to do insulation and related work at Memorial Hall, which is run by Parks and Rec.
All right. And then he also worked on the efficiency of the pool
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Yes, Gita, we looked at, I think, do you remember about that? Or did you hear about that they
I know
converted it?
I've been trying to get that foam insulation underneath Memorial Hall.
Oh, it's still not done. Oh. That's
No,
interesting.
I don't remember it.
Too bad my husband isn't here to get a spray can out and.
What, is a digression, but what's the hold up on that?
I think it's just money.
Yeah.
So I said the last quote I got was $23,000, I think.
But $23,000, yeah, that's a lot, but boy, that
It's
building
not.
bleeds, as you know.
It does
Bleeds
bleed,
heat.
it goes through a lot of gas, but I don't think it gets maybe it doesn't get the use, I'm not sure. I know they do the plays there and they have yoga there now. I don't know if they have anything else going on over there.
And so the idea would be to literally put foam underneath. So just for Rob, for your benefit, you probably, I don't know if you've been there, but Memorial Hall, oh, you've been there.
Well, I haven't been in it, but I live right around the corner.
Oh, there you
I
go.
go by it every day.
It's interesting. It's worth going in. Usually in the summertime it's open because in the summertime, that's when they're practicing. That's when the kids use it for
Yep, they do all kinds of activities.
all kinds of things because it is an indoor space. But what we noticed was, this was years ago, we went up into the attic. Attic was not in great shape,
Bats,
right? Bats, big
Bats.
time.
infested with bats. I know before I got here, they remediated the bats and the guano,
Of course.
and
Yeah.
added some ducted ventilation.
Yeah.
And I think the next thing on the list was that, so it's a dirt crawl space.
Yeah.
It's,
As we're talking about, because it's built in the Civil War, right? Like just literally everything, just no foundation,
right,
build it and get it done. Get,
No building.
bayonets into the troops' hands and then get them
it's
out
a
of there.
beautiful,
It is, it's amazing.
it has single pane Ford
Right.
glass windows.
So, and it was for a while, and probably still is, the largest energy consumer in the town, or the largest energy bill of anything in the town, or maybe not
I
quite.
can check that, I don't,
Not necessarily,
Yeah.
Maybe it's the pool, maybe the pool still, well, who knows?
but it,
well, I know I just got the police department's electric bill.
Oh, yeah.
About $3,000.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
That's with 215 solar panels on the roof.
That building is $3,000.
and meanwhile, I've got 18 solar panels on my roof, and the power company owes me more than $750.
They got 20 heat pumps going.
Personal use of a
ventilation
house is a little
system.
different than,
Yeah,
Yeah,
We were just awarded
police station is
starting
a lot more open.
November 24th, the upgrade to the building management system at the police station. So
Oh, good.
we're gonna be making that.
not the same boat.
now you say award, who did we get that from? From the Merck?
I would have,
First?
no, I've awarded, I got out, got quotes from all these people and narrowed it down to 3 vendors and was able to get through Aaron to get the select board to approve. North Link.
Great. Awesome. That's
That's
fantastic.
over 2 weeks.
Motion sensor switches.
okay. I have a little story about Memorial Hall.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, I took my mother to a play, The Mousetrap, Agatha Christie's Mousetrap.
Yeah, great story.
Maria von Trapp was in the audience.
Oh, wow.
And my mother used to see the Trapp family in a railroad station, I think in Pennsylvania, when my mother, before she married, while they were doing their tours.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Another little
Wow.
interesting thing, there's a plaque on the front of the building that
As
has
the names.
names of all founders. Well, when they finished that plaque, they forgot someone.
But
So
they added it.
his name is on the bottom.
We were walking by one day and looking at it and looking, and they're all alphabetical. And then there's the one at the end, I'm like, oh, they must have forgot one.
Right, it's like literally on the bottom, like the bottom of the
Okay.
stone. Kind of neat.
Wow.
All right, where are we?
All right, so, I think that's it. So I'll deal with the work plan. The enhanced energy plan. What I'm wondering about with that one is whether, I think it's pretty hard for us to like together go through the whole thing. I'm wondering if on that one, we want a smaller work group of like
Mhm.
2 or 3 people that just like that we go to it and we get it done. We just finalize it because it's pretty close. I think what it just needs is speculate with a little, the type of fairy dust of saying like turning all the kilowatt hours, megawatt hours, just like dropping a footnote on each of them explaining like what does that actually mean. And I think the select board will love that if we do it, if we take the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because otherwise it's so hard to understand. And then they get nervous about wanting to vote for something that they don't really understand, which is totally understandable.
How long is it? How many pages are there in it?
But it's pull it.
20, wasn't it?
Yeah.
20, 25.
In the handbook itself.
The enhanced energy plan,
Oh,
whatever it is that we need to footnote.
Yeah. Let's see. Why is it? It's not cooperating with me right now. Oh, there we go. Hold on. So it is 22 pages.
Okay. Do another email to me and
And a lot of it's charts.
see what I can see in it, but I don't know that I have the expertise to do the footnoting.
Well, some of it might just be what would be helpful, honestly, Dottie, if you wanted to start off, is just say on the, like, as you go through it, be like, I don't understand what this means.
Yeah,
exactly.
point out.
And then maybe you, and then
Yeah,
Rod,
I'd be
maybe
glad
you and
to.
I, do you want to try to work
Yeah.
on that together?
Yeah.
So you take the first cut.
Okay,
I just,
I can work on that.
yeah.
So
So,
why don't I do
if it-
that? Because, yeah,
I think that's,
because I'd probably be like the select board and say, what
what does this mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
or,
okay.
or similar types of things. Is this really true? Or what have you?
Okay.
But yes,
follow
I will
the
send
first
it to you
read.
as a how about I send it to you as a document? Or what's easiest for you to read? Do you like the Google thing or not? Should print it for you.
Just send me as an attachment and
That's what
I'll,
I mean.
I'll shove it on my,
So it's a Word
my
document.
printer.
Can you, Natalie, can you capture that Will to send attach Dottie, and then once Dottie gets comments back, Rod and will try to fix it up.
My
Okay.
father and my
Yeah,
husband may have
got
invent these things, but they never taught me how to use them.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, I think that's the best way to handle this, just because otherwise I think we can
Yeah,
easily
I
spend
will.
way too much time in this
Yeah.
meeting doing that. Sean, do you want to talk about funding priorities? That was our next action item, or just like anything like what you're asking for, anything that we could do to help you advocate for whatever you or Public Works is
I just
asking
made
for
a
next
note
year.
to put the bug in their ear again, we've got Memorial Hall.
Yeah,
The pool, that they've added some VFDs for the main pumps that are on timers over there now.
okay.
If Memorial Hall is the most work that could be done in any of the buildings to become more energy efficient would be in Memorial Hall.
Do we have a budget? How much does
No.
the committee spend? What did the fair cost us?
It was like
Well, but the outright fare, was it $400?
$400.
$400? And then I spent another 101 and change.
Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, it worked.
Hey, I am a shopper.
Yeah.
And what else? And we've got leftovers for we did the community, whatever it was called. And we probably have enough leftovers as far as candy and junk like that is for the day before town meeting day. So
I think at the moment, it doesn't make sense for us to, I mean, I've gone full circle on this. That it's really hard for us to ask for a budget for them without like everything line itemed out.
yeah,
They don't want to give us kind of a general amount. But we did say that we wanted money potentially for the RFP on the solar, which is our next action item.
okay. And there's also the stipend fund, which has got to be in the budget somewhere.
Oh,
under
like for our stipends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
There are-
a general line item. for all
I've
the
never
committees.
seen a page for a laid out budget specifically for the energy committee. Seems to me like we just ask for something, gets approved and they pay it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I wish we could see though, this is not exactly on point with what you're asking, but in the way that they prepare the the town meeting documents where they show you the budget sheet.
Yep.
And they amalgamate gasoline,
Yeah.
electricity, and what's the other one?
There's a bunch, natural gas.
Natural gas, yeah.
Do they run anything diesel?
Yeah, we have diesel pumps for the town.
Yeah. Do you think it's even feasible that we would ask, not that they include that in the like the town meeting doc, but that we would get the ability to see like how that's broken down, like what's taking the most gas or which buildings?
I can get you that.
Could you get us that?
Yeah.
I think that'd be great, Sean. And I realize that might take a little while to take, so if it's
So
not
I've
for
been
the
working
December.
on the gas and electricity, so, you know, I've only been here like 2 years now, and so we've started a spreadsheet for the bills, so the electric bill, there's like 3 or 4 buildings that are under one account.
Yes.
So we're trying to break these things up so that we can get like very definitive numbers on 81 Main Streets using this much, so that when we create the budget, we add the right amount for the next year's
Perfect.
budget.
Yeah, I think that's what we'd be interested in seeing, because I think we would do a lot more good if we had that level of detail to then say, hey, we really ought to like go and look at a building or,
We will have to think about what the buildings are used for though, because I'm coming back thinking about the police thing. That's a 24/7 building.
Yeah.
So this building is not. Memorial Hall is not, but obviously it's really seeping.
yeah. Right, but the ironic thing is that Memorial Hall was really not built for energy efficiency at
Well,
all, so it's kind of
no.
surprising.
No.
The police station, by contrast, was built as an energy efficiency building, and somewhere along the way, it went completely haywire.
It's questions have come up with the electricity, and this is why we started this new spreadsheet, because it almost feels like the more energy efficient we try to become, the more expensive our electric bill gets.
Huh.
The
Well-
more, say that one more time, the more energy efficient we try to become, the more expensive our electricity bill
Correct.
is.
Is it because we're shifting away
Yeah.
from other power sources to electricity?
That's what I'm
That's-
wondering.
Yeah,
So,
that and also the AI, the data centers are causing a lot of issues with the
You're
rate
saying
change.
nationwide?
The data centers are taking up a lot of electricity, and so the utilities are trying frantically to shift load to
Right,
manage it.
So off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what building it is, but last month's gas for that building was like $70 something. And the actual bill was like $300 something. So that's delivery charges, this
Yeah,
charge,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that charge,
And,
this
and,
charge.
and all the
Yep.
other extra fees and everything
Yeah.
else, yes.
Because
interesting.
usually.
30
yeah,
years
usually
ago, you paid for the gas line to come to your house, and you just paid for the
Yeah,
gas you used.
yeah, usually the
like that.
cost of the fuel itself is, half or less than half
Right.
what you pay.
You wouldn't expect that.
People
but-
don't think of that because it's like anything, if I'm sending something to somebody, I have to pay shipping. Well, that's your shipping,
Mm.
except that for fuel, the shipping is very expensive because you have to have built an entire infrastructure to ship it.
Right,
If I'm shipping a package, you can put it on any
Well,
vehicle and
yeah.
drive it there.
Right. Well, I lived here in the village in the 70s when the gas line came through. And man, were we eager to get onto the gas line rather than have those tanks of fuel oil in the cellar.
Oh, yeah.
It's still more, I mean, from my perspective, that's still a better choice among, two
Mm.
fossil fuels, is to have it be natural gas. or
Right,
oil.
yes, yeah. And then when we moved out into Jericho, we put in 1,000-gallon in the ground fuel oil tank.
Yeah.
A Canadian tank, which saved us tons of money because I was buying once a year in the summer
Yeah.
at the lowest rate for fuel oil
Mm,
you could get.
And then filling up, yeah,
And then gas came through and we,
switch. What I worry about this winter is if we get a really cold winter, and like Gita says, those data centers are just chugging away because more and more people like me start using AI to search instead of Google.
If it wasn't
Right.
AI, it would be something
Instead of
It'd be
else.
doing work
something,
the old-fashioned
it'd be
way.
something else. And then,
Yeah.
that then suddenly like the electricity, there's like, we need so much more. And so the gas is all diverted to electricity production
right,
and spikes the
Another
gas.
thing,
okay.
I just read, New York issued a report about it was essentially relative to the tariffs. Apparently, I think this was specific to electricity. 80% of the infrastructure products for our electric grid are purchased from overseas and are all subject to tariffs.
Also, the fistooch between us and Canada.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a heck of a lot of our electricity.
Yeah.
Here comes from James Bay.
Yeah.
Because that's another group I was on, and I've been to James Bay. And
Yeah.
and there's tariffs there. The prices are going up because of what?
Yeah.
Political, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so there's that effect on top of everything else.
Yeah.
The meters on the side of your house is all made in Mexico. So they they went through, so every project I do, we had to order before the tariffs hit. Otherwise, there was at least like a 3%, 4% increase in the cost of the projects.
Now, the good news is tariff negotiations by their
That could be. Well, in any case, I think what it underscores, at least for the Essex Energy Committee, is if we can start getting, more detailed reports that we get to look at every once in a while, I think that'll help us a lot with, how we can either help you or just, focus on things that are, yeah, exactly, and just even improve our awareness.
So you
So,
want gasoline and diesel? fuel
Why not?
also?
Yeah.
Sure.
run the
We
gamut.
we won't dig too deep into each individual vehicle.
Yeah, no.
Will, can I ask a question on that action item? So Sean's going to look to provide the breakdown for energy usage in each sector of the municipal functioning is what I have. So that would be buildings, transportation, that's what you're talking about?
Recreation.
I can give you the fuel usage for vehicles, gas and electricity for the buildings.
Okay, great. Got it. Thanks,
let's-
Sean.
Let's start with that.
We were also going to talk about the Colchester. I don't know where we landed on that one. So because we still have some credits on the solar panels the contract that we have, and we have not applied to some of the accounts. We have
Right.
I can't remember if it was like 50%, 40%, something like that. So Greg needed to authorize us to sit down with GMP and see how many more accounts we can add on to the credits.
That's right. Geeta, maybe you and I should connect about that. And just looking at action item number 5 on Unsworth, because I think those two are kind of related. Like, in other words, that we were still looking at how to use up the credit, and we were also trying to get some guidance on, like, do we need to do a separate RFP for a solar consultant, or can we kind of put that back on is it Karen Adams?
Yeah.
Karen, yeah. Maybe we should connect on that with her. So I'm gonna make a note to do that. And if you don't mind, Geeta, I'm gonna copy you because I just feel like you can really help me be a resource in those discussions.
Yeah, I can do what I need
Okay.
to do.
So I think that's what we have to do with the Unsworth properties. We just got to get back on that bandwagon. But to Geeta's point, it's almost like a greater priority for us to use up that credit that we can with Colchester. Like, that'll have an immediate impact for the town.
Mm-hmm.
So then last items I have are just notes for
Bill?
discussion. There's
Will
that.
and
Oh,
Geeta's, sorry. So is there an action item associated with Unsworth then?
yeah, why don't we just say that?
Natalie,
Will-
I can email you the action item.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to submit this tonight. I'll just
Okay.
say that Will and Geeta are going to,
Contact Katie Adams.
great,
Oh,
that's
shoot.
all. That's probably close enough.
Yeah.
Geeta, is that okay with you?
Yes, that's fine with me.
Okay, are going to contact, and remind me who Katie Adams is?
She's the town
System manager.
system manager.
Okay, great. I can do it. All right.
Thank you, Natalie. That's great.
They got everything but paper towels.
Somewhere else.
We've had a spill,
It's just water.
not of the toxic
That's
kind.
water.
It'll dry. It'll dry.
Yeah, not to worry. Last items that I had put on the agenda for tonight were just that there's that Drive Electric Vermont webinar next week. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to make that. I've got like conflict after conflict, but I'd certainly encourage us to go in keeping with that work plan item of just kind of like learning what their, to your point, Gita, about like going to other energy fairs or energy committee events from out of town. I think this one is through forget which town it is.
Was it
West-
Wilson?
It's a W town, but it wasn't one that I was used to seeing.
There's a lot of W towns.
Yeah, there are a lot. Yeah.
Is it a W town near here?
No.
Oh, oh, good golly, then it could be, yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, but anyway, it looked pretty. Wheeler? No, that could maybe I can say it's Northeast Kingdom. And then the other one is just that there's that Energy Action Network, your VCAN progress report on kind of how we're doing. So I kind of urge everybody to take a look at that one when they can. I don't think there's anything. I just want to double check and see if there's anything Essex specific in it. I don't think so. It's more just like where progress is being made and where things are kind of falling short. And what's very helpful with it too, that we should keep in mind, are those infographics. They make those available, and VCAN has said if we ever want to use that in anything that we're putting together for, like, let's say the town meeting, that we can absolutely go ahead and do that.
Cool.
So if you can, from the agenda, you can click on that link, and it's pretty interesting to see. It's like, let me just quickly do an example. If I go to show you an example of a great infographic, right? Let's see if that comes up on the screen. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Electrification could bring down overall energy costs even as electricity bills increase, right? To the point that we were talking about before.
Or we could just burn some energy and have AI create one.
I do now. Every time I
Oh,
use Perplexity or whatever, I'm like, I just like drained a portion, like some part of the desert or
Probably.
yeah. Will I have the same thing when I use it for any kind of writing? It's like, oh no. I mean, the irony of that is just extraordinary. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you can see, like, I like this graphic that they put together of, $1,600 in savings per year. Like, that's great. Let me see a couple of the other ones that they had.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
They could do that.
Average household heating by electricity fuel costs and burden by income level. That's quite something too. So anyway, definitely stuff that's worth us looking into and bearing in mind as we try to get ready for other events.
I would like to plug the possibility of this group reading that
Yes,
Light
thank you.
Pirate book.
Yes.
Ladies, the author is Lily Brooks Dash Dolphin. Most of the libraries in the state should have copies. I can bring some copies to next month's meeting. My copies are out on loan at the moment. Nobody came to my porch and took one.
No, it's true. I tell you, I did not.
I have read it. I found it interesting. I have some arguments with it. Good. And I found it a little scary.
I'd love to do this.
And it's not a long book. It's
What's the best way of us doing this? In other words, should we? Do you want to bring the book in December and then maybe we read it and talk about it in January?
well, I would suggest what we do is we eventually all manage to read it. And then we have an informal off the record meeting at
Sure.
my house and have a little book discussion
That sounds lovely.
and just say, what do you think of this book? Why do you think the author is making a good case? Stuff like that.
I'd love to do that.
And it's just a non-official activity.
Wine, cheese, and crackers.
Wine, cheese, and crackers.
All right, I'll bring that.
Let's, Natalie, put that in the action item.
And sometime by the end by the end of the fiscal year.
Yes.
So Dottie, is part of the action item that you're going to bring the Light Pirate book, or you can't because you no longer have it?
Have copies available next month, maybe. I know the Brownell Library has it to check out.
I see.
And you know you can use your town card in the Brownell Library because of home card, right?
Yes.
Now, what I'm noticing for me, going to our last item, which is to set the date for the next meeting, I have a conflict on both the Wednesday, the 10th and Wednesday, the 17th. I'm wondering if we want to do like either Tuesday, the 9th or
I have
Thursday,
a
the 11th.
conflict on Tuesday, the
Tuesdays?
9th,
Okay.
because that's when my book group is discussing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
Well, then so that if we moved it and did a Thursday at 11, sorry, Thursday the 11th.
I think I could do that.
probably.
Geeta, Natalie, does that look okay?
Yeah, that should be fine with me. I
Yeah,
think.
let me see, December 11th, let's see, yeah, I think, yeah, that should probably be okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
And Sean,
my travel
so
plans don't materialize until the week before, so I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Sean, maybe check the room, and if we don't have this room, maybe we can take the upstairs room or just do it virtual.
Well, I don't particularly care for virtual.
No,
My house is available if you ever need it.
well, let's keep that in mind as well.
Because,
I'm only sensitive about that because of the whole public to be heard thing.
right,
It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I have to let everybody know, right? But yeah, I agree, and maybe we just, yeah, well,
Well, the public could be heard remotely,
Yeah,
Right.
but
but
they don't.
still, yeah,
It's
yeah,
their- it's their
it's
option.
complicated.
Rod gets, he gets where I'm coming from with that.
Okay, shall I move to
So
adjourn?
it looks like the conference room is busy on the 11th from 7 to
Oh.
8:30.
What about the upstairs one? Can you see that?
Second floor conference room is available.
Oh, let's just do that. Second floor conference room here.
Okay,
It's a little cozier, but it's works perfectly well.
that'd be good.
I don't know, it's the meeting.
You got that okay, John?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll make a note that we will put that. So yeah, do you want to make your,
I'll move we adjourn.
any seconds?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Any opposed? All right, thanks all. A little shorter meeting tonight, but I'm glad, I'm really feeling really good about that work plan in particular. So thank you guys for that.
great. Well, thank you, Will. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Sean,
Thanks,
Will,
all.
I will forward those notes in just a second in a PDF
Let-
format.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds
All
good.
right. Okay.
We're
Bye-bye.
on track. Okay, bye.
Bye. Don't leave home without it.
I just sent
Oh, look at you.
the
You did it.
calendar invite.
Oh, perfect. The calendar invite? Oh, yeah, great.
That's December 11th, correct?
December 11th.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, it's already there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and the government is opening up again, apparently.
Oh, they
The House-
voted?
The House voted, yeah, House voted in favor.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll see how long that takes.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, is that they voted for it.
Yeah.
No, actually opening.
Oh, actually opening. Yeah.
Getting back to,
I worked for the government for 23
Normal.
years. It's actually pretty quick.
yeah, my daughter is due
Many of
in
these.
on the 23rd. The question is, can she get from JFK to Burlington?
Absolutely.
Oh,
My son's
yeah.
flying into Burlington on the 26th. So far, he's still,
Yeah, well,
We have a trip planned to New Orleans for Thanksgiving to visit my son, so I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be,
Mhm.
but I think hopefully by then,
I'm hoping, yes.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a good forum, because like whatever goodwill there is disappears from the public when you're messing with their Thanksgiving